Hello, myself Biswa and I am going to explain about a topic that is conservation of forest. So moving to the first slide, here you can see that this contain the content of the topic. Here the first one is introduction, then the Forest Conservation Act, important of forest conservation, methods of forest conservation, Chipko Andalan, International Day of Forest, some images related to forest and forest conservation, and the last one is conclusion. We can equalize the forest with our lungs because we get oxygen from the forest, and for that reason only life is possible. It is also helps to maintain ecological diversity. If we conserve the forest, then human beings and the other living organisms, and that will help also to increase the sustainability of future generation. In these slides, I have mentioned about the Forest Conservation Act 1980. It provides for the conservation of forest and for matters connected therewith. First time it was enacted by Parliament of India to control further deforestation in India and to preserve forest and to stop cutting down of tree along with extinction of species, and it was came in force from 25 October 1980. In the fifth slide, I have mentioned why it is important to conserve forest because it provides livelihood for humans and other living organisms. Forest also helps in conservation of soil erosion. So if we will conserve forest, then soil erosion will automatically stop. It also provides habitat for animals and birds and helps to mitigate climate change. The next topic is methods of forest conservation. There are many methods of forest conservation. First one is regulated and planned cutting of tree, means cutting of plant must be in a proper manner. Some steps or methods are clearly cutting, selective cutting, and the third one is shelter wood cutting. Second one is we can save forest by preventing forest fire. This is very dangerous which kills many wild animals and plants, and it also pollutes the air in a bigger way. Some preventing measures like we have to obey the local laws by keeping flammable object far from the fire, must have firefighting tools which can be used during emergency, and by disposing hot charcoal very carefully. In order to prevent it, government have taken steps by increasing the techniques and by developing machines like emergency helicopter. Third one is reforestation and afforestation. To make understand easily, we can see the meaning of reforestation and afforestation. Afforestation is the planting or adding of tree in an area where there was never a forest or plantation. This is a method to create a new forest, and reforestation is the replanting of trees in an area where there was once a forest which was destroyed or damaged. Besides all this, fresh afforestation programs should be started. New plantation will not only increase the forest cover but also helps in making up the eco balance. The fourth one is forest management. This shows that how we can manage the forest in a good way. There are many ways like by surveying forest, by dividing them into many categories, administrative rules must be there, program like Save Tree, Save Earth must be conducted, use of forest land as tourist center, social and agroforestry, technology must be developed to conserve forest, and the last one is all the policy should be supervised. The fifth one is that the role of government in forest conservation. The points are it passed act for the conservation of forests, survey of the forest resource, categorization of forest area and proper delimitation of reserve forest area, Find out the areas where reforestation can be done, regulate and commercial use of forest product, protect forest from fire, mining and other natural calamities, develop national parks, encourage forest developmental activities like socio-forestry, agroforestry, etc. and prepare master plans both for long terms and short term period, etc. This Chipko Andolan is also known as Chipko movement. The leader of the famous Chipko movement was environmentalist of India Sundarlal Bhoguna. He spent a large portion of his life fighting for the preservation of forests. The movement which was started in Rani village in Gharwal to protect the tree by hugging them and not allowing cutting of the trees was called Chipko Andolan. This International Day of Forest is celebrated on 21 March every year. Every year there is a theme decided for this day, and the theme for each IDF means International Day of Forest is decided by CPF, whose full form is Collaborative Partnership of Forest. The theme of 2020 was Forest and Biodiversity. This day raises awareness of the importance of all types of forest, and also the significant achievements are awarded. In this last slide, I have put some images related to forest and forest conservation. Okay, that's all. Thank you.